Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. So if you don't know who I am, this is probably going to bore you a little bit, but I love getting a bit of an insight into the people that I watch like on YouTube and read their blog and follow on Instagram and stuff. So I thought I would do another Q&A. I've done a couple of these through the years, and I enjoy having a bit of a waffle, and like it kind of gives me a bit of interaction with the people who like read my blog, or maybe the little few people who watch my videos as well. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, just keep watching. So I asked on Instagram stories, I actually asked a couple of weeks ago, and then life got a bit hectic, so I have to scroll back. I took screenshots of all the questions that people asked. I got a few, so thank you very much. Yeah, there's a few here, so it was worthy of a video, put it that way. So I'm happy about that, because there's always the fear that nobody will ask, and then what's the point? But like, yeah, obviously I mostly talk about makeup and stuff here, but I do like share my life a little teeny tiny bit on social media as well, and I try to do it in a way that's not too that doesn't inflict my life too much. With that, I can show that I'm a real person that does real things and lives their real life as well at the same time. So I hope that kind of comes true in what I do. But anyway, we'll jump into the questions. Okay, the first one here is, stranded on a desert island, what 3 makeup products will you bring? Is it 3 specific makeup products or just 3 products in general? Because if it's just 3 products in general, I would bring concealer, an eyebrow pencil, and mascara, for she'll be able to kind of jazz up the skin a bit, fill in my brows because I don't have these brows naturally, and a bit of mascara always makes you look awake, so definitely them. Next one is, what is your least favourite thing about the blogging industry? I've been blogging for, Jesus, it's nearly 6 years now. So it's changed a lot over them years, and I've learned a lot over them years as well. But I'm still a pretty small blogger. I never kind of jumped to want to be like this big huge thing or anything. Well, I don't think I'm capable of it either, but I never really wanted that. I just kind of enjoy writing a blog, and I still blog every week, or as much as I possibly can, because I didn't do it last week because I was busy. But generally speaking, I try to get 2 posts up a week, so I'm still blogging, because I know like a lot of people would deem themselves bloggers but they don't have a blog. So yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. But the least favourite thing about the blogging industry, I think the main thing for anything like this and putting yourself out there, is comparing yourself to other people. So kind of seeing things online and kind of feeling inadequate, or that you're not good enough, or something like that. Like that for me, I struggle with that in my life in general. So I think that part of blogging, although it's a negative, it has kind of helped me in a lot of ways, because I've learned that you can't keep comparing yourself to people. We're all different and we all bring different things to the table, but that's kind of definitely a negative part, I think. But it's a negative part of all things in life, really. Someone asked me, do I want kids? I'm 33 now and I don't have any kids. If you had asked me this probably about 7 or 8 years ago, I would have said yes. But I think me and John have gotten to a point now where, like, I'm never going to rule it out because I don't know, but obviously time is ticking away. At this moment in time, I will say probably not. It just kind of doesn't fit in with our plan, which is, I think it's okay. I like kids. I have a godchild and I love her to death, and I'm like loving watching her grow up. But for now, I don't think they're on the cards for myself and John. No. Oh, sugar. Someone asked me, love your eye makeup. What did you use to create it? I can't remember what I had on that day. Ooh, I think it might have been, hold on, I'll get it. I think it was this. This is the PS Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow in Rose Gold. Although other people have bought this after me, and it was called Bronze. So I don't know whether they've changed the name, but I think I just had this patted all over my lid. And it's pretty cool. It's over on my Instagram, on my blog as well, if you want to check it out. But I think that's what I was wearing. Oh, this is technically another Penny's question. That's not on purpose, I promise. What's your opinion on the Alex Steinhurst skincare collection in Penny's? I have a fair few products from the collection, and I'm really liking them. I had them in my favourites. Well, I had a couple of them in my last month's favourites. the pollution solution, which is like a daytime moisturizer, and the sleeping mask, which is like a nighttime moisturizer. But I have a fair few things. I'm really liking these. I got this the other day, the Sleep Spa every night eye mask. I've been using that the last few nights. It's really, really nice. These are the three things in particular that I've been very much enjoying. I will probably do a more in-depth review at some stage when I've kind of used them and abused them more. But so far, I'm really enjoying them, and they're super affordable as well. Next question is, what is your most used makeup brand? Probably Urban Decay. I collect a lot of their palettes, so I use the palettes a lot. I have tried like the primers and the concealers and the mascaras and the eyeliners and lipsticks over the years. So I would probably say Urban Decay, followed closely by L'Oreal maybe. Okay, next question is, what is your favourite makeup item ever? I'm gonna open my drawer. I think the longest serving makeup item, obviously I've bought more through the years, but the thing that has stayed in my makeup collection the longest is probably the Catrice Glam and Doll waterproof mascara. I got muddled up on the name because it used to be called the Glamour Doll mascara, and I remember doing a review of this years ago and that's what it was called. But this is just a €5 mascara. I always have one in my stash. Like, I have a bucket load of mascaras, but this is the one I constantly reach for. I don't use it on my lower lashes. I use MAC Extended Play, but this for my upper lashes works a treat. I have very straight lashes and I need to curl them, and that's why I use waterproof mascara to hold the curl. And this does a fantastic job, and it's uber cheap as well. So I think that's the longest standing makeup item in my drawer. So we'll go with this. Someone asked, how long are you and John together? I've been asked this a few times actually. We were together 15 years, over 15 years. I was 19 when we first got together. We are old and we've been together a long time, but we still get on pretty well. Someone asked, worst experience as a blogger and how you got over it. You don't need to name names ofs. I think my worst experience as a blogger for me was kind of doing this with somebody else and then us parting ways and having to kind of deal with that scenario. That was a bit of a pain in the arse. I'm not great at doing things by myself, and I kind of had to like feel my way through it a little bit again. But it worked out for the best, and I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad to be doing it kind of on my own terms. But that part was difficult at the beginning, but I've learned a lot from it. Okay, I'll leave this as the last question because this will get very long. You have great confidence. Any advice for gaining more confidence? I don't have a lot of confidence, I have to be honest. I suppose it would come across as I do because I'm talking to a camera, and I find it easy. I find it easy now, this amount of years later. But that's because this is my little world and I put up what I want to put up, and this video technically doesn't have to go on the internet if I don't want it to. So I suppose that would make me come across as confident. In my real life, I am not. Although I will say, as I said, I'm 33 now, so in my 30s I've definitely gained more confidence. But I have a lot of baggage and I have a lot of issues, things that I struggle with. I struggle with like obviously when it comes to blogging, you kind of have to go to well, you don't have to go, you get invited to lovely events and stuff, and I actually struggle going to that type of thing because I'm not very good at small talk, and I overcompensate sometimes when I'm nervous by making jokes and being stupid, and I can be obnoxious sometimes, or I can just be super quiet depending on the scenario. Like I struggle with that type of thing. But I think the older I'm getting, the more I'm realising that like you're doing it for yourself, and the people who you have around you are the most important people, because not everybody's going to like you. That's the luck of the draw, and it is what it is. It's something you kind of have to learn to deal with over time because you're not everybody's cup of tea. I still struggle with it sometimes, but I understand that it's just the way of the world, and that helps me a lot to kind of just get on with things. Social media has actually made me more confident, I think, because I know like a lot of like negativity is put towards it, but for me it's going to help my confidence because it's given me a little bubble to talk about what I want to talk about. Now I will say I don't have a huge bubble, so I don't deal with a major amount of negativity. Obviously the bigger you are, the more people are watching and ridiculing and all that stuff. But for me, it's quite a positive space, and that gives me confidence and makes it easier to do things and make videos like this and talk shite about makeup on myself. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of trying to learn to love who you are and what you are, for good and for bad. And if the bad outweighs the good, then maybe you have to kind of rethink things a little bit. But just be you, and it'll shine through, and hopefully you'll be more confident because of it. Actually, there's one more question that I'll answer because a few people asked it, and a few people were asking how my mum is. She's okay. Yeah, my mum has cancer, and yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for her and for us all, but she's handling it really well, and she's handling the treatment really well. It's our second time having it this time around. This time it's a bit more serious, but she's handling it well, and she's considering everything that's going on, she's doing okay. Day by day, that's how we're taking it. But I appreciate everybody's comments and asking, and I did tell her that lots of lovely strangers were asking how she was, and it made her feel a bit better, so thanks for that. And on that note, I think we will leave it there. Thanks for asking the questions, thanks for interacting with me and being sound. I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I shall talk to you in my probably next makeup related video. Take care, bye.